Yeah, speaking of that, welcome to the Brandon Power Hour, starring
Hi.
Brandon.
Beautiful.
Also, Trevor has a controller.
The last Metroid
Dude,
is in
it's Super
captivity.
Nintendo and there's voices.
The galaxy is at peace.
Oh. Ghostbusters, dude. Yo,
Doesn't everyone love Super
I'm here
Metroid?
too,
It's like the story.
I
can't
Oh yeah, here we go. Get ready
I first
for-
battled. Is this the one where like she's fighting like depression and anxiety?
No, that's
Oh.
Other M, the worst one.
This
Most
is,
recent.
Do you remember when they were like, you know? First of all, Ben is the semi guest here
Yeah,
today.
here I
So do you remember like how like everyone was always like, God, you know what I need from my Metroid? 'Cause that's how most Nintendo fans sound. I need more story, and I need Samus to be more complex as a character. So Other M exists.
am. I always thought that
Yeah, it was
Nintendo
really good.
fans would have a way higher, more childlike voice.
Would it be like, I might main Ryu in Smash?
There we
Like
go.
that.
Great, now we're dating.
Or would it be like this?
Dating the video
Would it be
now.
like this? Would it be like this?
Video's now dated.
Oh yeah, it's dated. Dated. Wait, what? But what if Ryu's like in every Smash game from now on?
Yeah, I'm gonna upload this 5 years from now.
Okay, so listen. Wait, what if their voices are like, I'm main
Ryu in Smash already sounds kind of weird. If anyone has ever seen it, he just sounds weird a little bit.
It just
Is he
sounds-
like Hadouken?
And that's how good the story of Super Metroid is, because we're talking about
Dude,
Ryu.
Satisfied that all was well.
Metroids and Mother Brain. Okay,
Hadouken.
so to explain what I'm doing here,
He's mashing
Pressing
A.
pressing A.
I am playing this on emulator because I'm playing on a specific version called Project Base, which changes the physics and how the guns work in this game very slightly to make them a little bit more accommodating. That's why I'm playing on emulator, I guess.
All of us
Look it
just-
up, Project Base is cool.
All of us just pulled our glasses down
And said,
and went,
not playing well.
physics.
Yeah, and this, I love Super Metroid. It's probably not my favorite Super Nintendo game, but it's one of them.
It has to be on a top 20 list for any Super Nintendo
It's probably my top 10
connoisseur.
games.
Is the word I'm looking for.
Anyway, this game's really good.
It's probably...
Dude, I found the Metroid.
Top.
Game's over.
Oh, wow, there you go.
It's over.
And that's why it's a top 20 game.
Okay, in all seriousness though, like the main thing is to find the Metroids, right? Like it's been so long since I played, I have no idea.
Yeah, you play the Metroid. Find the Metroids, and you find it immediately, and then Ridley attacks you.
Okay,
Now
so
here, I'm getting hit as much as I can.
What are you
because
doing?
I guess you can't
You can't
probably
beat
win.
him.
Whoa.
Who would have guessed that?
Oh, that mode 7.
Takes damage to save time.
Nice.
This is gonna be the biggest speedrun ever.
Whoa.
No one's ever speedrun this game before.
Ever.
It's definitely not the most popular speed game ever.
Dude, how much would that suck if you're like, I'm gonna start over, and then that door right there, you miss like hitting it by 1/4 of a second, and you're like,
They do.
well, might as well restart.
I mean, there's worse openings. Like Wind Waker has like a 25-minute opening.
Alright,
Yeah, sure.
reset.
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 No matter how good I do for the rest of the game, I
Who knows
can never
what
make
record?
up for that jump.
World record.
Ever.
I tuned into a Pokemon speedrun like once. And it was like 3 hours of resetting to get good stats.
You know
on
what,
your
Ben?
starter.
That's really funny you mentioned that, because I was literally gonna say that I remember Trevor watching that Australian guy. What's his name? Worcester.
He's the only speedrunner I still actively watch.
And I remember like standing back there, and every time I would like go to the back and see it, I would be like,
Reset.
Is he doing the same thing again? And Trevor was like, oh yeah, he has to like go through all the naming and all this stuff until he finds the Pokemon with like
Amazing stats.
the amazing stats. And I was like, how often does that happen? I don't know, like 1 in 100. And it's like, oh, but then at any
That's
point,
generous.
if later he messes up or gets RNG, he also has to restart, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Cool.
I don't know why anyone would speedrun a Pokemon.
No, it's
game.
just RNG the game. It's worse than Final Fantasy speedrunning. At
It's
least
like-
Final Fantasy speedrunning has like tactics to it.
It's awful.
I can't even imagine getting like, cause those speedruns, those take a while, right? They're like 5-7 hours, something like that. And imagine getting like 6 hours in and being like cool RNG.
Just the patience involved is immense. I can't.
You just gotta like
imagine
Pokemon.
it.
You have to really like.
You have to.
Really
Also,
like
if
Pokemon.
you
You
want
have
to
to kiss
stream,
Pokemon.
if you want to stream for more like hours stream than quality of the stream, Pokemon's perfect because you can just do that for like 2 hours and not even do one run.
Yeah, that is true. Where is this?
Dude, it's like it's the first place in the original Metroid.
Okay, but story-wise, I know I don't care, but like the whole thing is what do Metroids do again? I kind of
Okay,
forget.
Metroids are bad.
All right. Okay. Good. So you are collecting them to kill them or to
Okay.
like study them?
To follow the very complicated story of Metroid. The first Metroid was this space pirate boss called Mother Brain, and he or she collected Metroids to harness their power, but they got loose, and then Samus defeated both of them. Metroid 2 is all about the eradication of Metroids, and in this game there's one Metroid left that you find at the end of Metroid 2, and that one gets stolen by Ridley, who's one of your arch enemies in the entire series, and you're out on the quest to get it back, and that's it.
And what's up with Ridley? Like just trolling you just for the sake of trolling you?
No, he's like
Just a root dragon.
Han Solo of
he
this.
is like a space pirate, sort of like one of the bosses or whatever, and he killed
Dragon Boba Fett.
in later games. It didn't happen.
Yeah, he does
yet,
sound like the Dragon Boba Fett.
but Ridley kills Samus's parents. That's why she doesn't like him.
Spoilers.
When does that happen?
I did not actually know that.
Yeah, I had no idea.
Gasp.
They add a lot of like story and like background. Like
I thought it was
when I
just
play Metroid
Pirates
Fusion
in general.
next, there's just a bunch. I killed an enemy. Or just reset.
Restart.
Reset. So the Metroids that you see in those little captures are like the babies, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Gotcha.
No, you'll see like huge Metroids, and Metroid 2 is all about like when Metroids evolve, they become like gargantuan like monsters. Like not even just Metroids, they get like sprout legs. And the final one is an Omega Metroid that like just looks like a dragon.
Is Metroid 2, despite being an original Game Boy game, like
Oh, Metroid 2 is good.
yeah?
It's just one of those games that you're like, I really wish this wasn't on Game Boy.
Yeah.
And actually, Metroid 2 added a lot of the things that Super Metroid like made better, but didn't invent itself. Like pretty much everything.
So when's that guy finishing his remake of Metroid 2?
10 years from now.
There's some I don't even know, like is there a particular title for it or like
It's just called like another Metroid 2 remake.
Wow.
Very-
That's
AM2R.
beautiful.
Very.
and apparently it's just one
He's
dude.
been working on it for like 8 years already. He's just one dude doing it in his spare time.
Even that's dedication.
Maybe he should, I don't know, get a friend.
Hey, someone's got to do it.
No, one person has to do it. You don't understand.
So the Metroid is all about
I like
collecting
that
power-ups.
tiny. I like that tiny.
Now question
Samus graphic.
of the part.
God, jeez, what's going on?
I'm stuck.
The game glitch.
Oh crap.
There's a game-ending glitch.
What's? Oh.
That's me.
Love that music.
I like the music in this game.
So, question of the part. Now that craziness is done with, what
scared.
controller is Trevor? No, not you guys. Don't say it.
Oh, I can tell
We'll say it then. What controller is Trevor playing this with?
But
So remember, it's I'll give you a hint. It's not Super Nintendo controller because you know it's not.
It's an emulator.
It's an emulator. Yes.
It does.
but there are converters.
There are converters. That is a hint.
Do Yeah, I see the converter right there. There are converters, so that's another hint. It's not wired. I mean, that's a pretty good hint, right?
No,
That's too much.
there are.
There's only one controller now that fits that description.
What? PS4 controller can? Oh, I mean the thing Trevor's using. Dude, so
I'm
many.
not using PS4 controller.
I know.
Oh my god.
Wink.
Ah!
Alright, guys.
It's over.
We're going to give you the answer right now. In fact, Trevor's going to tell you himself. It's put. Wait, type the comment into the bottom. Type the comment into the bottom. For your chance to win. For your chance to win.
Win what, Spencer?
It
Hit
is.
that like and subscribe.
It is. It is.
It is.
It is.
It is a controller.
Nice.
Yes.
It's the Wii U Pro controller with a wireless adapter.
I love it.
Wow.
I love it.
Wow, and whoa.
Wow.
Fantastic. It does look like a pretty. I mean, I kind of like the Wii U system, but the best part about it is that gosh darn controller is
Controller's pretty good.
pretty dang comfy.
Once
only
again,
thing-
what he did there was he took damage to bounce himself into the energy tank,
I did
thus
that on
saving
Purposefully.
half of a frame.
Also, all the doors I'm ignoring either lead to nothing or stuff I can't do yet.
Oh.
Because I am that much
How long
of a
does
practicer.
this game take to beat, Trev?
2 days.
Like 100% speedrun is like 100. Hour 40 minutes. I can't do this in one sitting. It'll probably take me about 2.5 hours.
This is interesting, Brandon. Is this your first time watching this game, or have you like watched speedruns? Because I've seriously never seen this game.
I've
Like,
watched a little bit of speedrun, but
Not
that's
in
big.
depth or whatever.
No.
Yeah. I
What
mean,
about-
we
what
already
about you,
played
man?
a style of game like this. We already played Symphony of the Night, which is a direct
How
copy
about
of
you?
Metroid.
Have you like watched speedruns or seen this game before?
Oh, I've seen I've watched a couple AGDQs, so they always run this game.
It's pretty hard to watch like speedrunning in general and not watch a speedrun of like this.
Well,
Yeah.
I haven't, but I don't watch that much speedrunning anyway. So I only watched my Brave Fencer Musashi speedruns. That one guy.
That one
Those
guy that
secret-
does it, maybe?
Yeah, there's a guy who does it.
Whoa. Often.
Trevor, I don't know. Trevor told me
what-
like a year ago. He's like, hey, look, a guy who does Brave Fencer Musashi a lot, and I was like,
Oh yeah, I saw him like a couple times and then he stopped existing.
Yeah.
Well, Brave Fencer Musashi is a great game. It deserves to be speedrun, of course.
I figure it'd be a cool speedrun.
yeah, it doesn't seem like it's a lot of random stuff. It seems like it's a lot of skill based, which, if you're a runner, seems like it would be the thing that you would want. You know, is a test of skill.
First boss.
Ooh.
Dude, this-
I've never played Super Metroid enough to get to a boss.
This reminds me either. This reminds
What?
me.
I remember you beating Super Metroid then.
You know what this reminds
No,
me
I
of? The
only-
music in the basement of Resident Evil 1. When you
DualShock
fight,
Edition. ...
a big plant.
Oh.
That was my head exploding.
I'm sorry, but Trevor said DualShock Edition. That's what's
No
in
one
my
got the
mind
joke.
right now.
Yeah, it's the director's cut edition, or the DualShock Director's edition.
The one, God, that's such a great song. Everyone should pause the video and
Look that
maybe
up.
have it on in the background.
Hey, if I remember, which I won't ever,
That's the
I'll post it.
atmosphere.
I'll post it lower, below. Check it out.
You're
No,
not
just
gonna do
just
that.
listen.
You're not gonna do
just
that.
type in Resident Evil, DualShock Edition basement theme, and you'll find it, and you'll
God,
know.
it's so good.
The second you start it up, you'll be like, oh yeah, that song.
I love it so
Da-da.
much.
No.
Rip.
An extra cycle.
Rip 3 cycle.
Wow. Terrible RNG.
Also, I've never looked up a speedrun of this game, so even though I'm referencing it constantly, I don't know what it is.
Could you imagine the one person that like comments is like, not the world record or something like that.
Yeah.
Even though we're just talking about the game and just playing it, someone would be like, this isn't the world record.
I would.
What's your PB?
On the title, put world record
Oh,
speedrun.
God. Don't even. Dude, people on Twitch are odd. So, like, sometimes I'll stream me playing, like, Brad and Madden in our franchise. And it's, like, I have, like, the only followers I have are people in my franchise and a couple friends I know, right? And still, once in a while, I'll get, like, some random person being like,
You suck.
no, being like, what system do you have it on, bro? I'll play you right now. And it's like, what? How did you find this? I am so unpopular as a streamer. I do it like once a month for like 2 hours to play a Madden game, and you found me?
It's because it's just people just look until they find like the bottom. Sometimes I'll do that. I'll just go to like the bottom.
Really? Maybe that makes sense.
And then it's always sad watching like someone with one viewer. They're
Yeah.
talking to themselves.
Yeah,
and it's
that
like,
is
"Done."
That is literally me. If I get, I'll go until I get one viewer. Like, I won't say much till I get one viewer, and then I'll be like, thank you, one viewer. Now I will start talking a lot. Sometimes I've had as much as, you ready for this? 8.
Oh,
But
that's wild.
that was during like a very specific playoff game in our franchise that we were like, everyone in the franchise was watching, so it's pretty much only people in the franchise. But still, Tips Glass is 8. I think if it's some guy that's just having fun and just has a headset and is playing a game on his PS4, that's fine. But it like really sucks if it's someone who like obviously put way too much time into it. You know what I mean? And like has like production value to it. You know what I mean? Like Trevor's Smash stream he had yesterday had a ton of production value, but they had like 5,000 people watching. And it's like, that makes total sense. But like some guy just like being like, I'm playing Last of Us on PS4. Check out, you know, all my crazy graphics I made. 3 people watching. You're like, oh, dude.
Yeah, people that have like a green screen with a face cam and they have like 5 years.
Yes.
Like, why?
That's like, you put so much work into it. Like if I'm streaming on PS4, the only thing it takes me is to go, let me press the share button, and that's it. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to like add anything. Let me get my green screen set up, guys. You're like, oh god.
Sounds like a great
I guess I'll
time
talk
to
about this
explain
game
the
for a
memes.
second. So this game,
Oh yeah.
I just did a
scam.
sequence break where you can't get this until you get the long or the high jump boots. But if you do like wall kicks, you can get this early. So go back to talking about not Metroid.
Sorry.
Metroid.
No,
Our
I don't care.
franchise.
Sorry. We'll only talk about Metroid.
I'm concentrating so I can get this done. This is like a weight on my shoulders.
This is. I don't even know.
It's gotten to the point where I played this so much it's not fun anymore, and I just want it over.
I just wanted to make it fun.
Video games are
That's
fun.
the point
Trevor.
of speedrunning, right? To remove the joy from it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
pretty much.
that's what SM64 did.
Speaking of that, when's the world record?
I don't know. The world record's really low now. It's like an hour and 43 or something.
Sig doesn't have
It's
it anymore.
142
now.
now.
What is it?
Good.
142.
Oh my
Like,
goodness, 142.
I still pretend that Sig Limit's the best.
Yeah,
even
I
though
don't
he's
care about.
Like, how close is he to being the best, or did
not.
he
He's
just...
like
No.
he's almost 2 minutes off now.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. And in a game like that, that's pretty incredible.
Yeah, I
Did
don't
he
even-
give up, or does he actively try?
Not really. I mean, a little. He'll go on
So-
like
yeah.
grinding sessions of
He'll,
like.
he'll be like, I'm gonna get the world record back, and then like for a week he'll practice, and then
And
he'll
then-
give up. He's done that like 5 times.
and then he
already.
just won't. He'll stream all practice and then never do a run.
Yeah.
Man, that must be so discouraging. If it's like 10 seconds, you're like, okay, I can do
No,
this.
it's like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
You'd have to put so much effort.
Or like, not only would you have to put effort into knowing it, but you might have to like, not break the game, but be like, is there something that no one has ever seen before? You know what I mean? Like, is there a path no one's ever seen
And then you
before?
have to take time to maybe like try and
it.
find something.
Yeah. But at that point, you're like, this game has been played by 1 billion people. It's like, are you going to be the one person to see something?
There are a lot of glitches in that.
Yeah.
That face.
Oh.
Face.
So I went down to North Fair just to get the high jump boots, and then I left. That's pretty much the level design in Metroid for a little while.
But you'll be going back there?
Yeah, like 4 times.
Oh.
I remember
Oh.
when the DS was first announced back in 2004.
Whoa, that
Might
was
be
a
my
while
dates.
ago. So long
No, you're
ago.
not dating us, but you're making me feel really old.
Yeah, okay, so listen.
So old.
Literally 11 years ago. This is cool. I was about to give something away.
Okay,
but I
second
won't.
boss. This is after
Wink.
this room. So there's a semi-secret up there. It's just a refill and a save station, which I don't need because I'm too good.
Too good for this. Too good.
Okay, second boss. This is Craig from the first game. I don't know why he's here so early.
Is this the guy with the big stomach?
Yeah.
Neat.
I really thought you called him Craig. Like the name Craig.
This is Craig.
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 Craig. Yeah.
This is my roommate Craig.
So they give you super missiles really fast, and they're still really good. So you can kill Craig in a couple of shots. If I'm good.
Get good.
Wow, yeah, he's really pushing you up against the wall there.
It's Sigma from Mega Man X.
I suck.
Is this what good looks like?
Don't say that.
Rip. Look at those spikes.
This guy looks like me before I've had my coffee.
Nice. Ben kicked that with butt. Oh, but anyway, so the DS. That was a really cool boss.
Oh, so cool.
Sorry. I wanted to talk. I want to sprinkle a little bit of Metroid in along with everything
So
else.
the very suit makes damage halved, and you can go into places of high temperature.
Nice.
So we're going back to Norfair, which is the volcano place.
Oh, look at that thing.
What about the DS though?
Oh, I'm sorry. At this point, it's like not even a big deal. I just remember when the DS came out and there were like 2 screens and everyone was freaking out. And
And then Metroid was like the first software for it, and then the game doesn't came out for like 3 years.
Yep. But not only that, but like we were like 2 screens. How are they going to utilize that best? And I remember me at least, and probably Trevor also was like, you know what it'll be great for? So we don't have to press start on Metroid to look at the friggin' map, or like Castlevania. And then they never brought out.
At least they made a couple
Metroid for it.
Castlevanias.
Yeah, at least they made a couple Castlevanias. But that's all we wanted. Is like
All
hey,
I
they
wanted
can
was a
bring out
2D Metroid, and then they made that really horrible Prime game.
Oh, Prime Hunters.
Not Prime 1, that's a good game. Prime Hunter sucks.
Yeah. But I remember, like it was 11 years ago. Wow,
11 years.
That's crazy.
Dude, I remember the
That's
day I got
awful.
my original fat DS and got Super Mario 3D, or 64 3D, and that was fun. And then I just played the mini games.
Yep, I was gonna say we played the mini games way more than the actual game, even though the game's super fun.
So this is an area where you would originally get hurt if you didn't have the Varia suit. So
That's just swell. Brandon, what do you think so far?
I just need more story.
On a scale from 0 to from pleb to hero, how's Trevor doing right now?
He's doing. I
Doing
don't know what's
okay.
in between
Why wouldn't you use 0 to hero?
0 to hero.
But he's playing a Vidya. So pleb to patrician.
Ugh.
Sorry.
This looks tough.
just
lava
because it
hurts.
has that effect going on, which makes it just hard to control.
Did you see that mode 7, by the way, guys?
I think he's playing like a patrician. Like, I would give him the right to vote.
Would you?
Yeah.
Good.
I think this guy owns land.
Landowner.
You mean he has the right to own land?
He has the right to own land, and he does own land.
Whew!
And they let him vote on things.
Ooh, the trifecta. Oh, gracious. This is a little known fact about the Super Nintendo, Brandon, because you were asking me earlier. Everything you see right now in the background is Mode 7.
Oh.
In fact, anytime you ever see a Super Nintendo game with background, it's Mode 7.
Every time.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just like every time you hear a cool sound effect on Genesis, it's blast processing.
Hey, why was Mode 6 afraid of Mode 7?
What?
Tell me.
Because Mode 7, Mode 8, Mode 9.
That was good.
Goodbye!
There's your joke for the part.
Joke of the part.
You can post your lols underneath in the comments.
Hey, I loaded that joke of the part just for like, you know.
Tons of rolls.
It was a variation of a classic.
Could you imagine?
Why fix what's not broken? It's
Of
a
course.
classic format.
So could you imagine, like, I never want this to be the case, and it'll never be the case, but if for some just stupid reason, like, people are like, hey, I found this thing, and it gets, like, popular, and all of a sudden, like, we get, like, all these, like, we make jokes about, like, leave a comment, we all of a sudden get, like, just the worst YouTube comments ever. Like, that would be the point where I'm like, guess we have to disable comments. Not even like,
No tolerance.
not even,
I'd never.
not even like we can't do this anymore because like we don't do it for the views. We do it because it's fun.
Okay, so
Oh,
this.
you don't do it for the views?
Well, I do it for the 1 cent we get each video.
Oh, yes.
I only guessed for
Shekels. Please go on, Trevor.
This is a sequence break right here. You're not supposed to get this
What
wave
the
beam
howdy, hey?
until much later.
Are you supposed to wall jump, or is that just like a special thing?
No,
you do?
the wall jump is something that isn't required in a normal playthrough at all, but it's added for advanced players. But they didn't. I suppose they just didn't expect it to just break the game as much as it did.
They didn't design around the wall jump.
Yeah, they just added it later in development, I'm guessing. There's only one area that if you fall in, like someone shows you how to wall jump, or not like a creature, but it's definitely not a required thing.
So they don't really tell you about
But
it
for
either.
speedrunners, it's a godsend.
Yeah, there's some things that people do with wall jumping that I cannot even. It is unbelievable.
Lava hurts.
It's not lava. It's like stomach bile.
Stomach bile hurts too.
I think it's just lava.
Lava hurts. See?
There is acid, but it hurts you a lot more. That's why I say that.
All right, someone bring up the Metroid wiki, and we need to figure out if it's lava or stomach bile.
Of this area and this specific thing.
Who would have guessed that that missile was there?
No.
No one until they looked at a Nintendo Power.
Until they accidentally shut up.
Oh,
So
I'm
this
so
is
annoyed.
this is probably my favorite power up in the game. So when you run for a little bit, you go Sonic fast,
Oh.
and you become invulnerable, and you can do all kind of wacky tricks.
Oh.
Did you guys hear that? He just referenced Sonic the Hedgehog.
I'm not familiar with that character.
Well, you see, he has to go fast.
Is this a compulsion of his? Something
Well,
compelling him?
in
you can say that
general,
he has to.
in general, he rolls around at the speed of sound simply because he has places to go. He's gotta find something, but I forget what that is.
I would say he has to follow his rainbow.
I'll accept it.
I feel like he feels like he can't stick around, has to keep moving on.
But